Hey, this is making kefir. Here's all you're going to need to transfer your kefir over. I'm going to send you one in a container like this. This is leak proof, and it's going to have a K on top to denote that it has the kefir grains. First thing you do is you get your strainer. This has a mesh size of about 3/16, and you have a liter size Pyrex measuring cup. It makes it easy to pour the kefir through. You can use Trader Joe's milk or Meyenberg, which is available at any grocery store. First thing we do is we pop the top off, pour the kefir milk and grains through the strainer into the Pyrex measuring cup, and you can see the chunkiness of it. And you'll understand the reason for the Sharpie pen and the spoon in a second. Okay, so you want a pretty small spoon, because when we put the grains, as you can see them here, back into the container, it's a pretty narrow opening at the top in order to put it through. So that's why I have a long, narrow spoon. And so anyways, so you just spoon the kefir grains back in after they're strained. And I mix them around just to get all the milk off of them. It's optional. This might take a little bit depending on the amount of grains you have. The more grains, the less time you let it sit out at room temperature to kefir. The less grains, the more time you can let it sit out. If the kefir starts getting too sour, just eat some of the grains to reduce the amount of grains that you're transferring over. It'll make a more mild kefir. If you like your kefir more sour, keep more grains in it. These are actually growing pretty good, so there's quite a bit here. From these grains, I'm going to split out your amount and send it to you overnight mail with a little surprise that we picked up for you in Hawaii. I think I just dropped one. Oh well. Okay, all the grains are back in a container. Now what the grains need is fresh milk. So I have a fresh quart of goat milk. That's what I recommend you use. You can also use cow milk, but we prefer goat milk. So you just pour it in. Again, this is fresh milk. You go and you leave just enough room at the top for shaking and expansion. Don't need to be much, but so there's a little bit of airspace, not much. So you put your new cap on here. Set that aside for a second, and you have your kefir. You have a little bit of milk left, which is fine. I just pour the kefir right back into the unkefired milk, and it cultures it just fine. Because you're always going to have a little bit left over, because the grains take up some of the space of the milk in the container. So, let's see if this fits all the kefir. Well, this one in particular did, so we're okay there. So that's the end of the transfer process. Then, the lid with the K you stick back on with the kefir that's been strained, and you put OK. That means that it's okay to drink this one. And on your kefir one, the one that you want to leave out, you put a K to always remind you, see, K and OK. K to always remind you that the grains are in this one. This was the one you're going to use to transfer over into your next batch. And that's it. Thank you.